Hello, 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 once again, everybody, to the Glentendo Circuit Mario Kart 8 Deluxe Online Weekly, the one that we do every Sunday here from 7 to 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I'm Nintunist, as always. That hasn't changed in the last week. Still hasn't. I'm still rocking strong with Nintunist. So many people mispronounce my tag over the years. I don't think it's that hard. It's only 3 little syllables. I mean, misspelling it is one thing, but that's a totally different story. We're here for my favorite, everybody's favorite time of the week, the Mario Kart 8 Glentendo Circuit, the big kahuna circuit, like the free-for-all, the actual legitimate tournament with 5 streamers, 5 streamers today, here for the big money. This ain't no Teamdo circuit. This is the Glentendo circuit. This is where it all started. This is where it all is. This is where people like compete to be, true men or true women, and just further on their life into the abyss that is Mario Kart 8 with Kugi. Apparently, before I'm even able to finish the goddamn intro, are already taking a win. And there we go. I mean, I'm here with Chriselodian, as always, the head kahuna of MHG, founder, owner, operator, legendary person at making us all feel inferior with his triceps.
Hey.
Chriselodian.
Hello. Yeah, happy to be here today. And I'm also, feeling pretty good about the turnout today. 5 streamers. I don't know how many entrants we have, but that last lobby looked nice and full. So I don't know. I don't know what I haven't checked yet. I always like to be surprised about halfway through when I say, like, hey, these servers even look full or they don't look full. And then I'm just like, oh, well, it makes sense because there were a lot of people or there wasn't a lot of people. So, anyways, speaking of which, yeah, man, I'm going to be starting up some other things pretty soon. We can talk about that a little later, but if you guys are into the Mario Kart weeklies and that actually worked out.
Oh, he did.
Was that on purpose? That was on purpose.
It gets me every time.
Yo, that was on purpose. That was hype. Really good timing.
Oh my god,
Yeah,
it always gets me every time. It's so Chris, like, why am I dumb? Like, it's like they do it on purpose every time, and every single time I think they drive off the cart in that same spot,
was big
like,
brain.
intentionally. Oh,
absolutely. Yeah, so nice to open up the stream with that for the most part. Yeah, that's Cooney rocking and rolling, and I have a feeling, I'm not sure, I see a Roy and a Waluigi, so I'm guessing there might actually be some people trying hard in this particular race, because on the other end of things, the other 4 streamers are, oh my god, yeah, I'm going to wait out till we get to the finish line. Alright, hold on a second. He was definitely clenching pretty hard because that was looking like he might drop a couple places. Narrowly to HSB and Heart and Soul. So yeah, there we go. That was a nice sweaty lobby. Looking good because we got another one over here with, that's Melpool. And then our favorite e-girl, Cold Brew. Dilly back streaming. And then, then there's Kugi. Everybody knows Kugi.
Everybody knows him. Everybody loves him, man. I mean, I really can't think of very many other games that I could describe more as like a clench game than Mario Kart. Honestly, I mean, you just said like he was definitely clenched for that, and I can't. If there's anything that Mario Kart is, it's definitely a clench game. But yeah, we got Dilly Diamond back here on Royal Raceway, along with Cafe Cold Brew, Cookie Cooks, and Melpool, who look like they're actually probably, it looks like they are, and yeah, they are. I can tell by the map, it looks like they're all in the same lobby. But anyway, we're out here rocking and rolling for our second race of the day already. Dilly Diamond he's looking all right, little mid right now, playing Wario today in the Biddy Buggy. Actually, yeah, it looks like he's actually trying pretty hard as well. Rocking a heavyweight character in the Biddy Bug, which actually is a meta card. That is a meta card. It's one of the best ones in the game for sure.
Yeah, and I don't blame him, dude. He usually goes out with Luigi, and I feel like that's kind of like as far as Mario Kart characters go, he's just don't really care because he's like not a speedster, but he also, he's just a regular character, not that heavy. But meanwhile, Melpool at it with the Inkling. Speaking of, I guess, midweights, but I don't know. That's a character you've seen a couple people use, I guess. I think if you're using Inkling,
unfortunately, Luigi can't grab in this game. So
yeah, that's also true. All right.
Yeah, but what were you about to get at?
Me, honestly, I don't really know because I know I lost train of thought, but that's okay. So it looked like
that's actually my fault because I straight up interrupted you. I apologize.
It's all right. These lobbies are sweaty, but I mean, we could just build up a mild perspiration. We don't gotta I don't want to pull a hamstring or anything.
Yeah, I was playing badminton yesterday, and that's pretty much the unathletic man's tennis. So, I can definitely,
That's
I can definitely vouch for
actually
not
kinda
breaking my
true.
hamstrings.
That is kind of true, but that's all right.
I stole that from Hungry. That is a direct Hungry quote. By the way, I did not come up with that joke. Whenever I say a joke and I don't come up with it, I feel like I just have to say it.
You gotta quote your
Meanwhile,
source.
Fate taking a W over there on Donut Plains. One of my personal favorite tracks in this entire game.
We might have everybody. Oh wait, no. For a second, I was thinking we might be reuniting because I saw Fate. Although Fate, he's a little newer here, but he was pretty dominant last week. I think he won Teamdo ? I have to actually go back and fact check on that, but I feel like he may have. He's definitely been top 3, and I think he's only entered a couple of these things, which is something we saw similar to. Yeah, I gotta go back at the results. Yeah, we've seen a few new names that kind of just came in here with a bang, and yeah, let's see. Yeah, Fate did win Teamdo last week. Meanwhile, yeah, Vertex is who I was alluding to before, who's only had, I think, 2 Glentendo appearances and got 1st and 2nd. I don't know if he's entered yet today. I haven't seen him yet if he is, but also we are just getting started, so it's hard to, know.
Yeah, it is a little difficult to know. Meanwhile, I think in that last race, and I couldn't actually tell because I couldn't see the right side of the participant list quick enough in time. And speaking of the devil, there he is. There's Glentendo right behind Kugi right there, and he's actually fallen a little bit behind Takamarth. The Cougs taking that front-running place here on Ice Outpost, not to be confused with Rosalina's Ice World, which me and Crystalodian were just talking about, is in fact a banger.
Yeah, that's a really good
song
team.
on that one slaps.
Yeah, so Glenn did win that one race before. I'm not sure if you call it that. The last race, I believe, that Kugi was in, because Kugi, I think, came in 3rd or something. Possibly 2nd,
Oh, really?
Actually. Yeah, so Glenn's off to a hot start, which would be good for him because he's, I don't want to say he's been cold, but he's been a little cold. But that's also, I think, just the emergence of so many new players here that have been just good. They come from a background of playing Mario Kart really competitive and in places where, high stress situations. So it's like the Glentendo circuits are kind of that medium ground between they're getting kind of high stress themselves, but they're not full on leagued out yet. Although Knight told us a couple weeks ago, I think a lot of these Glentendo circuits are sort of PR worthy, at least their power ranking via MK Central, which I thought was kind of amazing. It makes sense though, because we've definitely seen some killers here, and they've sort of come and they've gone, and then they come back, and yeah.
Clench game, my friend. We already said it. And yeah, man, a lot of players, recognizable, unrecognizable, but it's getting more recognizable by the day as these tournaments come along. We have our regulars, and then we've had a lot of new people. Those new people then become regulars, and then some people come and go. I just saw, I couldn't tell, from the last race that we were spectating, but there was, the whole participant list of the players, and I couldn't read it fast enough.
Mm-hmm.
But before that, on the, on the stage selection stream, the, the course selection screen where you all vote.
Yes.
I saw Mr. M, and I didn't need to see anything but the me to know that was him.
Yeah, that's amazing, right? It
Yeah.
really does look exactly like him. Really good job on the design, Mr. M, on the me.
Good stuff, my friend. It was very instantly recognizable that it was you. Even I remember last week, I remember Chris saying, oh, I can honestly half the time as Kugi takes 3rd in this race, Takamarth and Ursa Major above him in 1st and 2nd respectively, Glenn finishing 5th. Chris said last week in that sometimes he recognizes some of these participants by the Miis, because we've been doing this for just long enough of a time at this point that we can tell that from time to time, and I've been doing that for a while. I can't vouch for the rest of you, but I've been doing that for a while where I can just see the Miis and be like, all right, I know who this is.
Yeah, it's becoming easier and easier with each week. So, anyways, I think now's a good time for me to check on what's going on in this event, how many entrants we have, who's here, because I did see Sir 9, who's also been newer to these circuits, but has had a pretty good presence here. There's Geronimo. I see one of the Pirate Hacker players, which is something we're getting more familiar with thanks to, Knight. And honestly, Knight, coming from Kart Clash, has brought so much interest here in terms of just, he's got a nice little network of Mario Kart players. And if you're interested in that, our Discord server, the Master Hand Discord server, you can find it on the bottom of the stream. You could use the link. You'll see it scrolling through in the advertisements there. You'll find a link in there for a Kart Clash, so that'll give you basically another series to essentially try and go be competitive in, because that series is probably even more competitive than this one, considering that's where a lot of our really competitive guys are coming from. Aside from Kugi, though, that's a homegrown Glentendo circuit champion right there.
Yar, that he is, me matey.
It's true.
How are you gonna hack this hair computer in C++?
That's what pirates would do. They were hackers. And
that's true. Yeah, I guess I hadn't really thought about the dichotomy of that.
Yeah, that's what they would do. I mean, what if you like hire somebody to like come to your house and fix your computer? You got like a virus or whatever, and just like a pirate shows up. But then he does the job, and he does it like
he looks exactly what you would imagine like a regular like pirate looks like. Yeah,
like a Jack Sparrow looking.
Yeah,
mother.
like might even have like a peg leg, some kind of patch for sure.
He definitely has a peg leg.
Yeah. Huh.
It's probably where he keeps some of his tools, actually, before he has to open it up if there's any problem with the hardware. But I'm just saying, he fixes your computer perfectly. Like, it's like functioning way better than it was before, but he
really knows what he's
pirate.
doing. Yeah, he's just a pirate. So it's just
like, what would your reaction be? Like, would you be okay with that?
Yeah, my computer works. I'm down, dude. Like,
you're actually envisioning the situation where like a guy who like thinks he's a pirate or is a pirate,
and extend
like
that
old-timey pirate, and he fixes your computer. And you don't care. Like, I mean,
no, totally don't care.
You're not even.
I'll just tell him. What's even more amazing about this is that he's also very skilled at Mario Kart and even has a crew. Like, I would just
It's pretty badass.
Like it's just his brand. It's very exclusive to him. And it's true. He's just a pirate hacker.
I would definitely be jealous of his branding skills if he's the pirate who does all that. Anyway, TikTok Clock, another favorite here, derived straight from Mario Kart, not Mario Kart, derived straight from Mario 64 and from Mario Kart DS, specifically the game it's from. Cafe Cold Brew, over on the top left. Not looking so hot with his Daisy at 12th in this race, and it is the third lap. He actually did move his notepad chat a little bit to the left, just far enough that we can tell what race it actually is. He's actually kind of legendary for doing that, for not having to compromise on that department, staying true to himself,
dude, he's making
keeping it optimal for the people.
That Bullet Bill really brought him in a good position. Meanwhile, let's see Cuneo far out ahead, but not too far out ahead. He still is only in third place, and it looks like a couple Warriors there. So presumably either Glenn, it could have been Sir 9. We'll see who's in that race. I'm not entirely sure. We'll see momentarily. And it does look like that's Fate and HSB, so yeah, that sounds about right for that situation. But anyways, speaking of first places, there's Kugi on Grumble Grumble Volcano, which is, I think is stress, but I think as far as stage, I don't know. I think it's a good stage as far as the overall. We talk about this all the time, but it's true because it's really unique. This is the only map that really does this. No other map does this.
Like, we've had this conversation before, man, where we just talked about, like, of course it's stressful. I mean, you're racing out of a freaking exploding volcano. I mean, visualize that scenario for yourself.
A lot at any moment, yeah. That's stressful.
There's a movie about that, I think. I don't know. Can't remember the name. But anyway, here we are. The last race, we had about 4 Waluigis in there to show you guys the level of tryhards, of true legitimate players we have in these Mario Kart circuits, because that is 4 times the Waluigi that will ever be in Smash. Just to put into perspective for you guys at how seriously these guys take this.
And Kugi
with a beautiful red shell snipe on Geronimo right there. But it's going to be short-lived because he's going to eat that blue shell and unfortunately not take the W for it. Yeah.
Really worked out for Pirate Hacker. Kugi looks so stressed out about that, and I kind of don't blame him. Ended up kind of getting the hit towards the end, and there's the blue shell. Yeah, not much you could do about that at the moment. So that was going to be Pirate Hacker, just as we were talking about before, coming in first. And then some guys in between I did miss, but what I don't miss is the start of this race. This is Cuneo off and running. I think he probably still has, he does. Still joined by Dilly and Cafe Cold Brew. Cold Brew kind of due for a decent placing at this point, but we've seen him do pretty well in these. I think, did he cracked top 8 last week, right? Finally? You know what? I have the results.
Who did? Cuneo?
Cold Brew.
Oh, Cold Brew. In Team Dough or just the circuit?
Any of them. I thought he did. Maybe I might.
Either of them last week. Let me find out for you guys.
I'm not seeing it. He may. Oh, I think he got like 9th.
Last week's Team Dough. Yeah, no Cold Brew. No Cold Brew either. Unfortunately.
Yeah, I hate to see it.
But anyways, you hate it. You hate.
I hate to see it. Like.
Yeah, but he's out here trying to prove what he can do here at the Electrodrome. Everybody's favorite rave-based Mario Kart track. One of my personal favorite tracks, actually. I love the atmosphere. I love the water of the. I love the water above the jumps. I love the fact that it's a rave, which is type like Mushroom Kingdom dwellers canonically rave. So that's something you could talk about now. But
Yeah,
speaking of raving, looks like we got a little bit of a food rave instead. Over here on Cheese Land, a track that I feel has grown in the public eye of the Glentendo circuits. This was not a track that was liked by very many initially, and I feel like it's still not like, you know, a super fan favorite or anything like that. I mean, it's just, it does have like some awkward turns. You know, the ending stretch is very polarizing. I feel like it very much rewards whoever just has good items because of that little ramp that's right next to the finish line. But at the same time, as Kugi actually, definitely not intentional there. It looked like he's flinging off the track right there. It's like, I don't know. It's like, it's a whole track made of cheese, but there's some sort of like undiscovered like boringness about it that makes it just not an enthusiastic track to go to. I feel like I'm not doing the best job of describing it, but I feel like you're getting like the general gist of what I'm saying.
I think it's just because cheese is the only ingredient, and I think that's it. So, wow, Kugi actually got that piranha. What was that, in third place he was when he got that?
Yeah, I think so.
All right, well,
that's actually kind of nuts.
Yeah, and here's a Bullet Bill about to get first place. Interesting. Yeah, that's Fate gonna go right on ahead, and Fate definitely a competitor. You're seeing him towards the top of the results more frequently than ever. I think he, what was his first Glentendo? It wasn't, I think it may have been last week. Yeah, I think it was Team Doe. And that's it. Yeah, so definitely getting to be a bit of a presence here. And we'll see if Kugi's able to handle that today, because Kugi's had a couple heartbreakers in the past couple circuits, whether it be regular or Team Doe, basically going down right at the end. So that's not going to be something we're going to want to see for our hero today, but we're also well aware that it happens, man. Sometimes Mario Kart just happens to you.
Yeah, man. Some people say, you know, like, it happens. Mario Kart happens. That's the real bee's knees right there. And speaking of it happens, we're down to the final lap of this race right here. Kugi is trying very hard to save this mushroom for the final ramp right here to see if he can catch up with Fate in front of him, but he gets lightninged at the worst possible time. My goodness, and he's actually going to drop multiple placings because of that.
Yeah,
now,
that
at night we're
hurts.
here,
He
would definitely be critiquing Kugi for not being prepared that the lightning was going to come based on the AI of the time, but there are only 3 CPUs in this race. But I don't know, man. Sometimes if there's just any CPUs, you got to be careful. And even not just that, you know, eventually, when you're in any race, you know, somebody's got to be in 10th place. Somebody's got to be in 9th place, and if they're just farming items, eventually they're going to get a lightning, because that's where you get it.
Yeah, that's true.
Got Mount Wario.
Yeah, there we go. There's our baby. We don't really get to always see Mount Wario for some reason. It was like the most popular course, I'd say, and then the past couple weeks, I don't know if it's just no one's voting for it, or if it's just like it's not popping up, coincidentally enough. But it's kind of getting the reverse. We're talking about cheese rising in popularity. Now Oreo's been maybe declining a bit. So I guess there's just trends sometimes. But either way, definitely a fun race with the full extended map. Excuse me.
That it is, my friend. Another section track. I mean, I was watching a speedrunner play Mario Kart 64 the other day, and I saw him racing on Rainbow Road because that's the last one in the speedrun, of course, and it's just so long in that game. It's just 3 laps of like full like minute and a half, near 2-minute laps individually, and it just makes you realize why they decided to like split up certain tracks into sections. You know,
it's a really good idea. It's funny thinking back to it. I haven't played it in so long, so I don't even have a reference for it at the moment. But I do remember it being very long, and I bet you'd feel even longer now if I went back to go play it.
You would. You'd probably get a little bored.
Yeah, I'm sure. It sounds like it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's why they decided to split up certain tracks into sections, including that one specifically, because they think even Nintendo knew they did it too long. Meanwhile, here we go. We got Kugi in 2nd place on Toad's Harbor here, and right in front of him, I believe, is probably Fate again in that Waluigi. And yes, it is. You can tell Fate right up there at the front, but Kugi doing a good job catching up to him and utilizing the trick off of the monorail, and now he made up for a lot of lost time right there. Now he's right behind him with a mushroom to boot, which he will probably use in just a minute. After he does not get this item, Fate is going to get that in front of him. I'm not completely sure what he's saving this mushroom for, potentially a situation like that, just in case he got hit. That's going to be my guess right there, because I don't think it was anywhere near time that any CPUs or anybody in the back would have had a lightning, but it was far enough of a time where, like, he was far enough from Fate in second place where he probably realized, like, either he was going to drop something from in front of him or somebody from behind him was eventually just going to chuck a red shell.
Right.
So he was probably saving that, you know, just for when he was going to inevitably get hit without the protection, which, honest to God, makes me think how different this game's meta would be if you could swap items. If you could swap the 2 items you have.
Yeah.
I was playing Mario Strikers yesterday with some people. You can swap items in that game for
That's
your use,
right.
but
You can. You totally
not in this
can.
game. It would be so different if you could.
It really
What
would.
do
It
you
would
think?
add a whole new element in terms of just, you know, when to use items and saving ones for later, even though it is hard to save items in this game sometimes because they just get knocked out of you or stolen, especially with the boo in this game. But it would still add an extra element, I would say. But in either case, Kugi, hold on. Okay, yeah, not that far ahead. I was like, looking pretty good, but there's that blue shell. At least it's out. At least it's out. There isn't really... There are some question marks here, but... Or I'm sorry, some question blocks here, but... I don't know what types of thing will pop out to really kind of bone Kugi or not. But here we go, in a good position to jump this little blade. Yeah, gets it.
Yes.
Cut in the corner, making it happen. Well played. Meanwhile, that's Melpool coming in third, so not too bad. So we'll see who's sandwiched in the second. I believe that was Fate. Yeah, so Fate and Sir 9 and Aiko. I think I'm not familiar with Aiko, but it looks like he's been pretty competitive in the past few races, so he might be coming from somewhere that knows how to play Mario Kart.
I believe Aiko is, I'm going to go ahead and assume derives from the Avatar The Last Airbender series, deliberately because it sounds like somebody's name from that show.
Ah, there you go.
So that's what I'm going to assume. I'm just going to go ahead and do that. Meanwhile, we got Kugi voting Music Park, Toad's Turnpike, and Sunshine Airport in that rotation. Looks like Sunshine Airport had the most votes, not surprisingly. And over here at the right, we got Dilly Diamond back at it again with the purple vans, actually. Looking like that's what he's racing in. I don't even need to ask what those are, because you can just tell right now. With the Wario out here stagnated just a little bit on pretty much the stagnation track in Excite Bike Arena, you know? But, like, places don't really change too much on a track like these, because everybody just has, like, the same... What am I trying to say? Everybody just has the same tricks to pull, so, like, when people get into a certain place... You know, like Takamarth is in front of Dilly right here. Dilly's only real option, as you can see right there, to pass him is just by hoping he gets good items and that Takamarth doesn't have the protection. But when everybody is just going at the same speed and there aren't really any shortcuts or any real major tricks to utilize, it's funny. It's like it's on a track with this many tricks. It actually causes it to stagnate that more and more. And to really put in perspective for you guys, if there are any Smash players watching this, Excite Bike is basically the ultimate Sonic of Mario Kart. It does the opposite of what it's intended to, because it's like Sonic's the fastest character in the game, right? But he slows the game down to a snail's pace. That's Excite Bike Arena. Because there are all the tricks and everybody just winds up going at the same speed because of it.
Wow, roasted and toasted, man. I don't know who's in that lobby, if anyone. Doesn't really matter. That's a really good first for Dilly. Yeah, take that over Takamarth. It's pretty good. Takamarth is actually pretty competitive in these. And a little bit too late to see how Blake did, but it looked like he did okay. Meanwhile, off to Music Park we go, and this is, going to be Kugi along with Kunio and Melpool, and I believe there's some other hitters in here too. I missed before, but I know there's several people going at it in Music Park at the moment.
Wow, what a beautiful mushroom trick by Kugi right there to avoid the blue shell. The blue shell was about to hit him as he was bouncing off of the drum, and he just bounced off of it so quickly because of the boost that he just went right past it. Not an easy thing to do, my friends. I mean, it's just pretty much like 100% timing based, if I'm not mistaken. But, you know, you gotta learn that timing somewhere.
Yep.
I didn't cut you off that time, Chris. I did it.
You're good,
I'm
man.
so sorry for I'm not good. That's the problem.
You're bad, man.
I am bad.
You're not.
That's why they pay me the big bucks of Smash commentary, because everybody knows that's you know, where people make just stacks.
It's not.
Stacks of money. Oh shit. I thought he was gonna go over the railing Turns out you can't. All right, so good for Kugi on that front. We are here on the last lap. Him and Fate once again. I do believe this is probably their last, unless they wind up both going to the same lobby again. I do believe this is their last of the current lobby. And Fate looking like he might be able to take this. Oh, he messed up they both mess up the shortcut. Oh no. Oh, what is this going to end up to now? It's ending at a snail's pace, and it's looking like because of that, they're both going to fall to Kunio.
Wow.
Oh my
Kunio
God.
Clutching it out. Look at that. Kind of just sneaking in. And he was on the tail the whole time, so that's going to be a good one for him. Good placing right behind Fate. And yeah, that was good. Cut off Melpool, because Melpool's been getting some placings. And, you know, good 15 points for Kunio.
That's 15, dude. I mean, it's not tennis. You know, tennis, you get 15 points just by doing one thing. I mean, oh wait. Oh, it actually is tennis then, because you do get 15 points for doing one thing. Well, anyway, here we are in Cheap Beach. We got everybody's favorite accountant here to tell us to file our taxes, or the delayed taxes, since, you know, because of the pandemic, of course. Now, instead of springtime, for Mr. M to be telling us it's time to file these, he's going to be telling us to do it in July. So here he is out here, looking like he's actually front-running, or at the very least in second place ahead. I believe he plays Yoshi. I'm not sure who he's rocking right now. Looking like he might actually be playing DK for today, but here we go. We got Cafe Cold Brew. I love Cafe Cold Brew, man. I love this person, and he's out here. He's out here showing you what he can do with his King Boo today, rocking third place, but this Larry is looking like it's a little bit of a problem for him, and this right here, Cafe Cold Brew is in this spot where, like, he needs some good tracking items. You know, he's in fourth. He was in third. Mr. M was a pretty good distance ahead of him. He needs some good items. Right now, he's going to be able to get an even better one in the triple mushroom, one that he wouldn't have gotten without the Boo, and now he somehow rolls a star in fourth place. Shoutouts to Mario Party 2 and Mario Kart 8 as well with this crazy item management. Unfortunately, he never got a red shell or anything that would have been guaranteed to hit Glentendo and Mr. M, who, by the way, took that race over Glentendo and Cold Brew.
Go. Mr. M. Big victory.
Fortunately for Cafe Cold Brew, he just got stuck in that spot where he really needed a tracking item and he never got one. Instead, he got a star. But unfortunately for him, it was just RNG, my friend. It was just too little too late. Meanwhile, here in literally the belly of the beast, we got Dilly Diamond out here rocking fourth place in this second lap here on Dolphin Shoals, a track that I love. Personally, I just find, I don't know. I mean, I love it because I have a bias towards it, because whenever I raced on it most of the time, I found I did pretty well on it, but that's whatever. That's my own thing. It's also just a good track in general. It's got very unique sections, especially in the section where, you know, you have to, like, fly over that giant gap and, like, do tricks beyond the air ventilators, or, like, the water ventilators, the pipes. It's like, I can't think of very many other Mario Kart tracks that have ever done something like that. Like, if you just watch Dilly at the top left right here, think of another Mario Kart track where you just go over a giant abyss and there's no bridge or anything. You're not gliding over it. Like, you're racing over it normally. You're just floating in different gravity because of the water. It's like there aren't very many other Mario Kart tracks that have ever done that. I appreciate it personally.
Yeah, man, I can't think of any either. Cannot think of any. All right, let's see. Yeah, we got a lot going on right now.
Shipyard from 3DS, maybe? I don't know. Which is another banger from 3DS, by the way. Before the stream started, me and Chris Lodian were talking. He mentioned Mario Kart 7 and how, like, it's just full of bangers. It actually really was.
It really was, and that was on
still is
a little DS as well. Okay, that's HSB taking that game in Dilly's lobby. So HSB off to a nice little day so far, because I know I've seen him at least take a couple races and then get second in a couple others. So he's gonna be looking to continue that momentum. And speaking of which, looks like Kugi does have some.
Oh no, he tried to take the shortcut and he got lightninged right at the end of it.
Yeah, sometimes yeah, you do. That is the fate of Mario Kart. Sometimes it's just it's like that.
It's okay though. He got a star in third. It's okay. He just got a star in third.
Yeah, and he's still plenty competitive at the moment. He's really not that far behind Kugi, who's also not that far behind LVZ. So, and that's another pirate hacker guy. I just saw the
Musk.
PH.
Well, no, that's not.
Yeah,
no, that's the one that's actually in Japanese.
Yeah, which actually I think is in today. I think I saw that tag before.
Oh, is Son of Musk in here?
Might not be Son of Musk, but I did see a Japanese tag, so that's actually kind of cool.
Oh, okay. Because the one I'm talking about, I'm pretty sure was literally not Japanese. Like, it just looked like actual gibberish.
Whoa,
that
what
one,
just
of course,
happened?
is not their actual kanjis. And, oh, Kugi, stealing it.
Yeah, he just kind of snuck on through. It looked like at slow pace. I wasn't really paying attention, but yeah, going to take it over LVZ. Meanwhile, Cafe Cold Brew taking a nice third, Melpool fourth. So it's funny how, you got 5 people streaming total, and then 3 of them are in one lobby that has 5 people total.
Yeah.
I love how these lobbies
that's
break down
honestly
sometimes.
True. But everything is Chrome in the future, my friend, including Pirate Hackers LH out here getting that second place right behind Kugi, which is pretty good. Over here, we got Sweet Lou Cuneo, Av.
Yeah, I saw
Avi.
Yeah, I saw Run 5K in there also. Someone who I know puts in a bit of work into, quite a bit of work in the Kart Clash, if not just really active in there. He's also pretty good at this game. And then, yeah, you did already mention Ursa Major. I would say, we say it every week, but you pretty much see him in top 8 every single time. And looks like, getting a little bumpy in there for Cuneo. He's got Glenn in front of him, Ursa Major in front. So this is a competitive one.
For sure, and on such a difficult track, too. Mario Kart 8 Rainbow Road, not an easy one. Its shortcuts are not inconsistent. They're consistent if you know them, but they can be a little tricky at first is the thing, Obviously, it's Rainbow Road, not very many places with guardrails, so obviously you got to be careful about falling off as well as just some congested choke points as well. Like that section where the conveyor belts, man, you got too many people funneled in there. It's going to be real difficult. Speaking of conveyor belts, we got Kugi running right past his and Melpool over at his on the left, switching second and third immediately behind LH, where everything is Chrome in the future, as well as his first place, which he is looking to continue on right here in the big blue race. Meanwhile, back at Rainbow Road, we got Cuneo back up at third. Totally different race at the top left in Dilly Diamond over on TikTok Clock. Looking like he's got some good people in here. Mario Freak in front of him. Can't tell who's up at the front. Looking like an Isabel and a Waluigi player. But we know it's not Glenn. We know that Waluigi's not Glenn. Could be Fate. Looking like it's HSB actually is one of them in front of him. Meanwhile, Glenn, of course, in the top right race over on Rainbow Road, where Cuneo was fallen to 6th.
Oh, no.
Oh, no. It'd be like that. And Kugi, oh my god, looking like he's a little frozen as the space between him and LH just narrows further and further. He's trying his hardest to make up this gap, but it's actually among the biggest deficit or the biggest space I see in this race right now. If you look at the map, he's actually pretty far in front of him, and now he gets a boombox. That's not exactly what he needed right now. As you can see, he's actually throwing most of those fire flowers behind him because he knows that he's not going to be able to land any of those shots against LH, who was just way too far ahead. So he's going to go ahead and take that W. Meanwhile, Kugi going to finish in second place, clapping literally right behind him as Metal Mario does his patented salute. LV, not LH, my mistake. LVZ. I was saying the wrong thing the whole time, like a scrub. Meanwhile, Rainbow Road, Cuneo going to take this over. Ursa Major!
Oh, and he got passed again. That's the stuff that hurts. You make it so far in the race, and you just kind of get knocked up. Yeah, so there we go. I just actually saw Black Mamba in the chat talking to Sweet Lou, who I guess they were sitting there around 7th, 8th, whatever. Probably got a little messy back there, is my guess.
It would not be a Glentendo circuit without Black Mamba threatening violence against somebody in the Twitch chat.
that's kind of true. All right, so yeah, here we go. The same lobby from last time, so we're going to see LVZ again. And yeah, this is a lobby that has people in it that are favorites to place really well. Definitely top 8 placing players here. It's only like 5 or 6 of them, but they're all a threat to take it. So we'll see. This is going to be... races like these have like big weight towards the end because this is like where this is kind of like where the rubber game is lost or won. Like whoever sneaks out these extra couple coins here and there, and these like I think of them like head to heads. Like you know what I mean? Like if you're constantly finishing like either first, second, or third in these circuits, and then you're with someone else, just someone else who's finishing first, second, or third, like you're kind of winning or losing right there. It's almost like getting like first round buys.
Becomes that metaphorical head to head.
Yeah, it's interesting. I know the lobbies don't work out like that on purpose, but sometimes it's like you think about it and it's like, oh, okay, that kind of makes sense. Like, anyways.
Yeah, here we are on Cheap Cheap Beach. Pretty good track from Mario Kart DS. Kugi in third right now, right behind LVZ and Takamarth. LVZ actually dropping a little bit behind right there. Looking like he did that on purpose, but I don't see a blue shell in the on the mini map, so I'm not exactly sure why he did that. Looking like Kugi might have just passed him. Meanwhile, looking like we got Neo Bowser City, a very polarizing track, and that it very much rewards good driving, but you funnel so many players in these tiny little choke points, it just makes for a rough time. You ever play like you ever play like, you know, the little the rush class in like a first person shooter, whatever game, you know, whatever like the quick class with like the low health is, like the scout and TF2 or anything like that.
Sure.
You put them in a choke point and it just becomes so much scarier because you're like the low health class with all the movement, but now you're in a place where you can't really move, and you know you have some of the lowest health in the game. That's basically Neo Bowser City, you know, where you're just stuck in these choke points the whole time. But trying to negate my words right here is Kunio, who's looking very poised with some beautiful drifts to get around this difficult section of the map right here where there are no guardrails or nothing, and you have to land those perfect drifts around the corner. Occasionally some brake drifts as well. It's very much a track that rewards good brake drifting. You pretty much need to know how to do that if you're going to try to win some races against all these good players on Neo Bowser City.
Yeah, that's we're going to go ahead and check out that. I think Cold Brew is also in that race as well. Meanwhile, it looks like this one finally finishing up on the beach, and that's going to be LVZ taking another win, repping Metal Mario. So it's going to be good for him. He's going to continue to sort of press on forward. And, yeah, he's been, I don't know, I don't think I've really seen him not place first, man. I think he's been taking all these really close games with these guys who are usually, like, winning these tournaments.
Some players are just too good.
Yeah, it is crazy sometimes seeing the people who are like newer and then just come in and have somewhat of like a domineering like presence where you're just like, okay, yeah, this guy is obviously good at this game, or girl, by the way.
Whoa!
Yeah.
That was a photo finish. That was actually a photo finish. Run 5K just stole that over Kunio.
I told you, yeah, look out for Run 5K. He's on the casual grind, from what I understand. I believe that's what Knight told me. Is you know, he's been around the community for a bit and he likes to play the games that are really competitive and might not always win them, but then he's always a threat too. Just because, you know what I mean? Like everyone kind of takes the game at like a different pace. But yeah, he's constantly competitive in these.
It's the thing though, man. I mean, like you talking about these new kids coming in and starting to do well in these circuits already. The thing is, what you just said is basically the foundation of the Glentendo circuit, and what I mean by that is that, you know, it started with a guy who casually played Mario Kart that everybody just wanted to beat because he wouldn't stop talking trash, and then it all just evolved. It turned into the circuit. If you go to like Nintendo World in NYC, and I was there a few months ago back in February when I was securing my then job and what is apparently my current job again. It was a, they have it there. They have Mario Kart 8 specifically on kiosks for you to be able to publicly play on a giant screen against other people, against other New Yorkers. And everybody knows among the midst of casuals when you go to a place like that, there's always that one kid. There's, in every group, there's always that one kid who is also a casual at the game, has never played in any tournaments like this for Mario Kart or anything, but just dumps on everybody. Like, to the point where all these, like, casual people are like, damn, I don't want to play with this guy because they don't have that competitive drive. They don't have that spirit. They just see this as the guy who just makes Mario Kart, like, not fun for them, you know?
Yeah, that definitely, that's a thing that can happen.
That was Glenn. And that was the birth of the Glentendo circuit. A guy who wouldn't shut up about how good he was at a children's racing game.
And here he is,
and here we are.
Here he is doing okay at his own tournaments, and everybody really enjoying them. So,
shout-outs to Glenn, man.
Yeah, it definitely works out. So, all right, I want to make sure we get Dilly here because he's actually not having a bad run today, and I feel like Dilly's been pretty competitive, especially recently, and has sort of got himself from mid to a point where it's just like you'll see him take races. And, you know, so he's trying to clutch this race out here. He's been in the lead. Like, a lot of the time I've been watching on the other screen, and now it looks like it got a little messy for him, quite literally. So I don't know where he's going to end up, but that's, yeah, he was in a really good position. There it goes. Slips from his clutches. A little disappointed. That's okay.
Looks like those.
I just want to see who.
Looks like those purple Nikes he's got are might actually be New Balances.
Yeah, there we go. That's fate. And I don't know, man. You look at Wario shoes, and they're definitely the type of what are those shoes? Because they like have like that weird thing like where they circle up. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah,
like at the tip.
yeah. I hope to God they never actually show Wario's actual feet.
I think
Like
it's
they
just,
did with Mario and frickin' Odyssey, and everyone was like, you remember like at the beginning before Odyssey came out, everyone was like, whoa, as Cookie takes first in that Bowser's Castle race, everybody was like, whoa, Mario's got nipples, and you saw his feet, like his actual bare feet, hands and stuff for like the first time in ever. And I hope to God the most of what we've seen of Wario now is all we are ever going to see of Wario, because his feet are truly disproportionate to the rest of his body. And like it's like I know, because I know what you're talking about. They're elf feet. They curl up. I mean,
yeah,
Wario, if I'm not mistaken, is canonically an elf. I don't think he's a human. I think he's been referred to as a human. Yeah, he's been like referred to as a human, I think, by Nintendo. I think people call him that. But if next time you get a chance, look at Wario's ears. Look at his model. They're like pointy elf ears.
Kuni was in the lead. He actually opted to not take that shortcut there, and got passed up by Ave.
But the gold Mario, not even the metal Mario. Oh, look at that.
Flexing on him.
Woo. My goodness. But, yeah, he's been referred to as that, but he's got, like, pointy elf ears and elf boots as well. So it's like, I don't know. Don't know what the canon is there. See, look at Waluigi. He was supposed to be modeled off of him, but look right at him. Look at his ears.
Yeah, I don't know. Wario is kind of he's a mystery, but he's also out there. Like, he's got his successful gaming company. Like, that's crazy.
He's a hustler, dude.
Yeah, he's a hustler, but he's also, like, some kind of weird deviant all at the same time. It's, like, really gross.
That's actually very true. Wario.
Like, yeah, he's crazy, dude. Right? Like, he's got a really interesting
Wario,
life.
like, reminds me of you. If you were like hideous and didn't give a crap about your health and appearance.
I just went around just passing gas everywhere, doing my thing. That'd be hype. That's the life for me.
It's like he's like you if Chris Wario is Chris if Chris just did not give a crap about himself, like at all. I don't know why that's so funny to me. But yeah, Waluigi, another victim of pointy feet syndrome. If you look at his shoes, like the orange boots he's got, it's the same thing. Yeah, it's like he's just got like these weird pointy feet. But they've never shown his feet in the actual games. I mean, you play Mario Odyssey, you actually see his feet if you put him in like his boxers or like the bathing suit outfit, whatever.
So strange.
And yeah, it's something else. That was so funny to me. I don't know why, but let's go Wario. Yeah, he's a treasure hunter. He owns his own gaming company. He lives on his own in his own city. He's able to pay for a little flat. He tidies it like crap. But like, point is, yeah, Wario
he's making it happen,
dude.
He
lies and he cheats, but he hustles.
Yeah, he's not only financially independent. He's he literally has a company that's thriving. Nuts. Anyways,
yeah, I mean, technically it's not. Like, if you like play the games, like he always asks like his people to just make these micro games for him, which I'm pretty sure is the whole thing with WarioWare, like being micro games. I think the whole aura is that like the company was too lazy to make full games, so they just make like a bunch of tiny games together. I'm pretty sure that's supposed to be like the joke or like the theme of WarioWare as a franchise. But yeah, like anyway, we're here on Hyrule Circuit with Kunio as Link. In 6th place here on the second lap. He's got Ursa Major in front of him. He's got LVZ a little farther back than he was before. I'm not sure who these two people are in front of him then. If these are the people who are chilling in 4th and 5th, looking like this might be a little bit of a stacked lobby. Looking like it is that gold Mario player, Ave, who's rocking 2nd place right here, who I believe has the gold everything. He had the gold cart, he had the gold tires, he's playing gold Mario. I assume he has the gold glider. This guy's just... He's full-on gold member, dude. I just watched that movie recently, but that's literally who Ave is.
He likes gold, yeah. No, that's cool, man. It takes a little bit of effort to get those gold things in this game. Most people who grind the game,
I still don't have the tires.
Yeah, I was gonna say. I mean, even people who are grinding like don't necessarily have all the stuff, so it definitely takes some time. Might as well use it. It's gold too. It's like they want you to. It's like it's supposed
to... they have stupid stats too, is the thing, and it's supposed to like reward the player for like grinding the game. It's not the best card in the game still, you know, but it's still good. It's still good stuff, and I would definitely use it for my pipe frame if I unlock them. But the thing is, it's just, as Kunio's gonna finish 5th there, it's literally just the grind. Like, you get the gold glider by getting 5,000 coins as LVZ takes their race, Dark in 2nd, and Ursa Major 3rd, and 4th run 5k. It's It's literally just a grind. It's not like, oh, there's a specific course I have to beat or a specific circuit I have to beat. As Cold Brew takes first in this race at the left of him over Glenn,
Wow,
EO, Skywalker, Heart and Soul.
That's a good win.
And then to get the gold tires, it's 10,000 points. So you literally just have to play and play and play and play the game until, you get them. So
yeah, it's definitely... That's like the traditional Nintendo grind for all these. Because before, like, the multiplayer was around, a lot of people, like, I know myself playing through Mario Kart games, and when the games, before they really played online, you're basically, wow, Kugi nailed that. I don't even think he had a mushroom, did he? I thought you were in... That
was a mini turbo.
Oh, wow, what a madman. That's awesome. Anyways.
It was the max mini turbo, though, with the purple. I don't think it would have worked otherwise. And right at the end of it, too, actually.
That's
that was
hard
really
to hit.
Close. But anyway, continue.
Yeah, I know. Anyways, I actually totally lost train of thought. I was actually super impressed by that, because I've tried that so many times.
I gotta stop cutting you off. I'm sorry.
No, you're fine. You're fine. All good.
But you were talking before the mini turbo. Crap, I forgot to.
Yeah, it's okay. It's important.
Like that.
It'll
Takamar, or whoever that Japanese player was, just fell. Sir 9 and Sir 9 again. Off of the recovery, he fell twice.
Oh man, Kugi's got squashed.
That looked like freaking Call of Duty. It looked like he got flashbanged.
Yeah, by the way, it did actually. The whole screen lit up.
Oh my god,
meanwhile,
and he stopped, and he got crushed. Oh, geez.
Meanwhile, Melpool looking kind of nice, sitting in first place. Lap 3, and his stream is just a little bit behind Kugi's, so keep in mind if you're watching Kugi, that's the latest placings in this particular Rainbow Road. But yeah, you can still see Melpool's view. And hold on strong. Considering who else is in this race, he's kind of far ahead. He's really far ahead, yeah. He's got a nice little lead, and I believe that's Sir 9 behind him. Or LVZ. If it's LVZ, that's even crazier.
Yeah, and Kugi actually not even going to be able to contest with these players that you were just talking about, as he tries to go for the shortcut again, but he didn't have the mini turbo this time, so he actually fell when he did it, so he's going to succumb back to fourth, not able to take over Melpool right here. He's going to get this clean W.
Yeah, looking good.
On SNES Rainbow Road.
Yeah, not bad. Melpool going to take that. Meanwhile, here we go. Cold Brew looks like he's starting to find a little bit of momentum in his way. Did win that last race he was in. And looking to keep trudging ahead here, as he does have first place going on lap 3 of Wario Stadium. Another good race. Wario only makes the finest races, everybody knows. But here does come a blue shell, so... Wow, slipping on banana peel gave him the immunity. I don't know if that was on purpose or not, but we could say it was. That actually was... It worked out pretty well for Cold Brew right there.
If I did that by accident, I would have 100% tell people I did it on purpose.
Yeah, I mean, it looked like he timed it out almost the exact right timing.
Beautiful stuff from Cold Brew right there, man. And it's looking like he's reaping the benefits of his good driving. Nobody near him, man. Yeah, look at this.
Yeah, he's looking pretty clean. Looking like all but one for him. And avoided that blue shell. Was able to fend off from that red shell. Even if it hit him, wouldn't have mattered. I'm curious to see who this really is behind him, because it's probably maybe the one Japanese player. It was a Japanese player, and there's EO coming in above that as well. So, yeah, that's another big win, dude. Cold Brew's actually taking a couple of races today. Let's go. That's hype.
Very good stuff to him, man, with his Garfield power up right now. It ain't Monday yet, so he's not going to fall. He's not going to fall for this one.
Got a few hours left on that, and I don't know what Kugi's up to, but it looks like he's figuring something out.
Do you think Garfield just, like, lays awake at night every Sunday night just because of the anxiety? It's because he knows what the next day is.
Yeah, probably. Who hasn't been there before? And he notoriously hates Mondays, of course. He's probably just really so stressed about that. I feel bad thinking about that. That makes me feel sad.
Yeah, it's like, like when you know something bad is going to happen next day, when, whenever, once in a blue moon or whenever something bad is going to happen in your life. But that's him every single week.
He really hates Mondays, man, yeah.
Rightfully so. You ever read the strips? He gets fucked up on Mondays, dude. Like, just bad stuff just keeps happening.
Yeah.
Like, he'll trip on like a ball or something, and then his whole body will go in the toilet.
Poor guy, man.
It's like, damn.
That's rough.
It's already bad enough, man.
Dude,
like,
Okay, never mind. We got a whole nother lap. For a second, I thought Melpool just secured another victory. I was going to be excited for him because it's Kugi's trailing him, so pretty reasonable to believe that Kugi might be able to find his way ahead of Melpool because Kugi, yep, there he goes, just as I say it. So Kugi basically came from, I think it was like 11th place, was doing all the crazy things. He lined up the bullet bill with the little part on this map that is notorious for. I don't know if you remember Knight talking to us about that like last week or so.
I think so.
Yeah, where the bullet bill basically, if you do it in between like the little hop part of the stage where you cut off some map, it'll basically it puts you in a really good position to win basically, and that's exactly what happened. So Kugi does actually win that, and looked like calculated despite being all the way in the back with Black Mamba right behind him. Glentendo coming in third. That track kind of cringe.
That's an interesting assessment, to say the least. I appreciate it regardless, Black Mamba. You don't have to be a fan of every track for sure. Have you played Double Dash, Black Mamba? Just got a ratio right here. You hear right here as a youngin, in case you haven't done that already. It's my duty as a almost 24-year-old adult. Anyway, we are here on this isn't DK's Jungle Parkway. That's the one from N64. I forget. I think this one's just called Kong Jungle or DK Jungle or something.
Yeah,
That's it.
I think it's literally just Donkey Kong's Jungle.
Lame.
Yeah, this is a newer course, isn't it?
This is from the 3DS.
Oh, this is a 3DS.
Yeah,
that makes sense.
Track, which is another bop, by the way. I love this rendition of this song.
That's the same time. What's it? What the new Donkey Kong games are coming out?
Oh yeah. The just Donkey Kong Country Returns. It's got
those little,
it's got the tikis, which are the enemies of
I
this.
think that's
of that game. Yeah.
The stage is probably a product of that same time. That's probably why just DK's Jungle. It's interesting to think about that, how Nintendo does that, but it makes a lot of sense. I forgot what other track we were talking about the other day. It's literally the same thing.
We weren't talking about a specific track, but I mentioned how each of the basic tracks, as well as some of the other ones, are themed around whatever the Mario universe currently looks like. If you play, Super Mario Kart, they're all designed like, donut planes, because that's from Super Mario World. And then if you play Mario Kart 64, a lot of the tracks are modeled around worlds from Mario 64, like the Chili level and Peach's Castle as well.
Right.
That's where Royal Raceway comes from, which is in this game. It's like each game has that particular theme around it, and then there are some which are modeled off of Galaxy tracks. That's what Cloud Top Cruise is based off of.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah, so it's just like that, my friend. It's just like that. Which, by the way, the Donkey Kong Country games, the Donkey Kong Country Return games and Tropical Freeze, if you haven't, play those games
They're really
right
good.
now. And actually, you remember another thing we were talking about last week. You remember we were talking about how Tropical Freeze was still too expensive because it's a remake that was ported to the Switch.
It's on sale now, isn't it? Right?
It's the summer sale. Yeah, it actually is $40
Oh my
now.
god, I'm so mad. I'm gonna probably buy that.
It's not going to drop any lower.
No, you're right. The problem is I always like to buy physical, but I don't know. I guess it's just a port of the Wii U version that I already own.
Yeah, that's unfortunate. I apologize.
Yeah.
Glenn's the same way. I mean, well, actually, no, he's not. He's the complete opposite. I forgot he loves digital.
Buying games digitally is cool. It's just, I don't know. I like having that physical copy. It's just, I have so many.
I do too, but I'm lazy.
Collection. I understand. Having all the games digitally on your system and being able to just jump in and out is really an experience that everyone should at least have at one point.
Very much so, very much so. But I like having physical ones too, because I like looking at it on a shelf and everything too. And I do have some physical copies. Like my copy of Ultimate is physical.
That's the one that isn't physical for me.
My copy of Mario Kart 8 is actually physical as well, because it came with my Switch. What else? Copy of Monkey Ball, the Monkey Ball Banana Blitz remake. Kirby Star Allies, Luigi's Mansion, and Mortal Kombat, I think everything else is digital.
That's a funny last one just to add in there. All right, nice. So,
Yeah.
So Kugi able to finish that one up just in time, too. That blue shell was right on his tail. And we're going to spare someone else who was in second place. I think that might be Cold Brew again. Wow, dude, Cold Brew on the game today. 164 coins behind Kugi's 187. That is not bad company to be in.
It's only 8.
Yeah,
too. It's only 8 o'clock.
company.
That's early to have that much points. He's looking very top 8 material this week.
Well, that's the thing is he's won a couple races by now. He's got second in others, so he's on his way to a really good day.
Yeah, he is, my friend. That he is.
Looks like we might be dropping Dilly, unfortunately, for the day. Going shiny hunting. Yeah, go ahead and check out his stream. shout out to Dilly for streaming with us at least for a few races. Most of the time, usually the whole circuit, but I understand sometimes that the frustration it'll set in, and this game could definitely do that.
Yeah, I remember I was at a little thing yesterday, and a friend of mine was saying, "Yo, David," like, because they were playing Mario Party, and he was just like, "Yo, David, I hope you don't mind, but I'm gonna spike your controller. I'm getting really mad." And I'm like, "Yeah, okay, dude, sure, go for it."
Yeah, some days are rough. Some days are rough. That's all.
Yeah, man, it's a frustrating game if you just get run over by items and you're falling behind. I mean, but at the end of the day, we're all here to have fun, support each other. Thank you, Pizza Effect, for following Kunio. I'll go ahead and thank you for that on the MHG stream where you can't possibly hear it. But anyway, yeah, it can be a frustrating game to say the least. I mean, it really has been ever since Mario Kart Wii specifically, where sometimes you just get hit by one item and you just get so destroyed after that.
Oh yeah, sometimes it's all it takes. You just get kind of lit up by one thing, and then it just opens up the floodgates. It happens so often. I think it's an experience anyone who's played this game has probably hit at some point, especially if you start to get to the ranks of where you're taking races. Sometimes as many races as you take, they get taken from you just like that. It's just how it works. But oh my god.
The Mario Kart giveth.
Yeah, Kunio.
The Kart taketh.
Trying to fight for it there. They're not able to take it. On the Pirate, I think that was LVZ ahead of him. Yeah, LVZ. Followed by Ursa Major and HSB. So HSB is still very much in the rankings, as is, just got second there. Totally just blanked. Anyways, yeah. HSB.
I actually I wasn't looking at that one, so I would have answered. But anyway, Moo Moo Meadows, which I believe derives from Wii, I think it's Mario Kart Wii. That's where this one comes from. Whatever. No, this isn't 8 original. No, it's not. I don't know. Who cares? It's got cows on it. Anyway, Kugi is out here rocking this first place. Pretty decent lead between him and this Waluigi behind him. Not sure who exactly it is, but we will find out momentarily. Looking like it actually is Glenn.
I think it is Glenn. Yeah, I could see it on Melpool's screen because Melpool's currently in 5th. I can see Glenn right in the sights along with Ave, who has been taking some races with the whole gold assortment of Mario and Kart and all that kind of stuff. And yeah, this is where it starts to get to the nitty-gritty. This is very close to the finish line here. Looks like Kugi's already secured it with Ave in second, but if you're still watching Melpool, all suspense. There we go.
Good stuff. And yes, Gold Mario, I believe, actually a new addition to Mario Kart 8 Deluxe. He was another character that was not in the original in Mario Kart 8 on the Wii U. They added him in this one. But anyway, continuing on, it's looking like we are here on the Animal Crossing stage, the winter variation of it. Fun little fact about this stage, it switches seasons depending on, I don't think it has any factors. I think it's just random. Like, it'll just be like a different season, but it is the same track at the end of the day. I believe it is only aesthetic changes that changes it. Like, I don't think, if the snowmen or trees or whatever, I don't think it has a different effect on you that gives you more or less lag or anything. That would be interesting if that were true. I'm not sure if it is. Pretty sure it's not. I don't think they would do that, but anyway. Oh, beautiful clutch shortcut with the mushroom done right there by Kunio, just sliding right into first. And to answer your question, Black Mamba, what's Mario Kart Tour's track list? It's got a lot of retro tracks as well as some original ones. I think Toad Circuit from 3DS is in there. Dino Jungle from Double Dash is in there, as well as some other 3DS tracks. I don't know. A lot of us don't play Mario Kart Tour because it is in fact a gacha game, and you unlock a character and then they make you pay literally $35 for them. So
yeah, interesting world to be in with mobile gaming basically emerging, because that's the device / system that most people have. So and all these games start off free, so it's really easy and accessible. So I don't know, things like Mario Kart Tour.
Sucked up in.
Yeah, I don't know, man.
Your kids just hit the button that's on the screen, that lets them buy something with the DLC, and it's linked to your credit card already, so you don't have to do anything. And then meanwhile, you take a look at your credit card bill, and you're like, who the hell spent, $200 on what the hell is a... And then they adjust their glasses, right? They're like, what the hell is a Dixie Kong? just destroyed, dude. Because it's literally what it is. It's so funny because like Nintendo has gone on record, and this was years ago. I'm sure they pretty much dropped the philosophy at this point, but they said that like, oh, and this is a Reggie quote by the way. He was never interested in selling half of a game and then forcing users to pay more just to be able to continue the game later. And they don't do that with essential things like story stuff or whatever, but no, they're pretty big on DLC now. You know, Smash Ultimate in grand total is adding 11 characters from the base game, 12 if you count Piranha Plant, and yeah, that's a lot for, you know, a certain amount of money. It's not like hugely expensive or nothing, but the point is they do that, and then you look at their mobile games. Their mobile games are the most gotcha freaking mobile games I've ever seen. Not even just in Mario Kart Tour, where you unlock a character and you have to pay for the loot boxes, or do $5 a month. $5 a month to get a chance at more loot. That, in 1 year, that is more than Nintendo Switch Online.
Yeah, that's interesting.
Insane.
Yeah, wow. I hadn't really put it in that perspective. I guess I never looked at the pricing structure. What a racket.
Nuts, dude.
Yeah, I mean, well, I can't say I blame them because I know Fire Emblem Mobile makes like some absurd amount of like money. And like I understand basing your company around that principle. But anyways, here's LVZ followed by Ave. So a little bit more of the same that we've seen today. Got a few people that are really starting to come out as dominant, which is usually happens around this time.
It's crazy how half of that money comes from Rivers.
Yeah, you know, you're not wrong.
Yeah.
Huge Fire Emblem advocate there.
That he is, my friend. Put Marth in this game. Marthio Kart.
I actually think that'd be cool. By the way, in case you were wondering, 32 racers today. I'll get an update on scores in the background. Kugi he's in a really good lead. Currently at 202 points. HSB tied for Cold Brew for second at 180. So 22-point disparity between second and first. Cold Brew very much in the mix. Meanwhile, fourth place, Fate about another 16 points behind them at 164. So yeah, that's pretty cool, man. Starting to see a little bit of a surge from like Cold Brew especially. I see Liam Lynx. I don't know if that's like Liam, who used to know as like Dr. Liam, but could be.
Liam Wow, I think. Or am I thinking of... No, that's Ziam Wow, Jam Wow.
Yeah.
That's the other person I'm thinking of. No, Liam is a different person, my mistake. But, yeah, I'm not completely sure. It might be a different person. It's a little hard to gauge that. Sometimes it's easy to tell with the me sometimes or the item, but we'll cross that bridge when we come to it. Meanwhile, we are here in the middle of a race. At the bottom right, we have Kugi looking pretty good. Sizable distance between him and Kunio here on Shy Guy Falls. Meanwhile, at the left, we got Moo Meadows or Moo Farm. Whatever, one or the other again with Cold Brew looking to split his way through the defense right here, but he's got a pretty big hill ahead of him to do that. He's got Ave, he's got LVZ in this lobby against him. He has that Rosa player whose name escapes me. Meanwhile, down at the bottom left, it looks like this is still the same race between these three players. It is, yes, this is the same Shy Guy Falls lobby, and neck between Kugi and Kunio right here. And my goodness, look like in the most updated one at the top right, I believe, is Kunio. So it's looking like he is holding the line against Kugi right here for the most part as they slide down the waterfall, getting that speed boost, and he's got all the protection in the world with that green shell, and Kugi doesn't even have a real means of getting rid of that protection yet. He's only got a mushroom, but they both get lightninged, and it's looking like we're going to have a little bit of a recycle for items here for the end of this final race. What is he going to get? A green shell and red shell for Kugi. Will he be able to make good use of it? No, he's got the banana shield, but will the green shell hit him? No, it does not, but he slides on the grass. Oh no, Kunio with the slightest driving error, and he throws it away.
That was a heartbreaker, letting that one go to Kugi. And yeah, that's one of those 1v1s we were talking about a little bit earlier.
Oh, so Melpool was not in that lobby. Okay, never mind.
Yeah, Melpool instead is, that is, he actually just finished up in 6th. I don't know who's with him.
Oh, dude, that's trippy because it's a DK.
Oh, no, that was the same. It was the same. Yeah, there's
he just placed behind CPUs. Never mind.
Yeah, there was a Bowser Jr. and I think a Peach or something.
Yeah, I was about to say, was he in a different lobby, but the front runners of that race was a DK and a Link too? That was going to be trippy.
Yeah, I would have.
While LVZ taking another race.
Yeah, LVZ. Honestly, dude, I don't think he's going to get that perfect score because he's already lost one, but he's on track for getting a near perfect score because I think he's been near, almost first place anytime I've seen him pop up in the results.
Yeah, out here rocking these Chrome Marios. to say the least. So much hyper than regular Mario. Just slap some gold on him. It's like Gold Member just, kidnap Mario, but instead of just painting, one spot, he paints all of him.
Also, I didn't realize we're getting kind of close to the end here already. 20th race for Cuneo. That's crazy, man. Time sure does fly.
Would you like a smoke and a pancake?
Yeah, classic, dude. I can't believe you think about how old those movies are. They're old.
Yeah, Austin Powers, the first one. The first Austin Powers movie is literally over 20 years old.
Yeah, how's that? How's that for
crazy,
something?
Man. Donkey. All right, here we go. Oh, speaking of which, there he is. Donkey Kong in Kugi right here.
Yeah, there he is.
Rocking that first place. Yeah, I meant to do that analogy. I wasn't just saying something totally random. You know what I'm about here. Yeah, but here we go. Kugi looking very poised. He's got 10 coins. Gonna get this full mini turbo here. Not front running too hard, but he's looking like he's got a pretty decent lead, at least for now, but it is only the second lap. Meanwhile, Cuneo a little further back in third place, and Melpool even further in seventh. At the bottom left, it's looking like we might get some other perspectives because we got Cafe Cold Brew about to join this lobby, actually. Looking like he's actually spectating. We got Black Mamba right in front of Melpool this time around. Will Melpool be able to force his way around him? And he does, finally sniping him with one of the green shells that he had in the top left. It took him 3 tries for him to be able to get that snipe, but Melpool finally able to do it, reminiscent of the Swedish sniper. Meanwhile, at the top right, we got this big 1v1 between Cuneo and Kugi once again. Kugi's going to have this mushroom. He's going to go through the grass patch section of the final stretch of Dragon Driftway, but there is still one more lap for him to be able to get around here. This is going to be a tight 1v1, folks. Even tighter now that the lightning comes into play. All right. Melpool up here still in 4th place, finally securing his way back. It's such a big deficit between these two players, but Black Mamba actually all the way in the front right now, and here he goes. My goodness.
Yeah, sneaking right through, and this is the time to do it. Although it does look like I think he fell. Something happened there. Yeah, and there's Melpool, though, right at the heels, looking to make the pass, and we are getting kind of near the home stretch here. Not really looking good for Kugi. Meanwhile, looking great for Cuneo as he does finish first. Kugi coming in 3rd, and Skinarsik coming in 2nd. Yeah, Skinarsik's another one. Also, realizing he mains Toad, that's gotta be rough. And the Toad gets knocked around in these circuits.
Yeah, the lightweights aren't that bad.
They're not that good.
All right, well,
shut
up.
All right. Okay.
That's my boy right there. That's Toad. I like Toad. Yeah, but they are not the best. Yeah, they do get knocked around a lot. Sometimes it's even worse. I was playing Mario Kart 64. I told you about that, and I bumped into a DK as Toad. And the DK got hit by lightning, so he shrunk.
Oh.
But I still bumped off of him. Just to put into perspective how Mario Kart 64 has aged. I love that game, but...
It's old now. Yeah, it's definitely old. And it doesn't...
Actually the same age as Austin Powers.
Wow, how's that? Nice.
Yeah.
That's awesome. Yeah, that's that. And I think about it in context like that, and I'm just like, yeah... Sounds about right.
Yeah, 97, I believe. Wow, I think that's when 64. Whatever. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's 97.
It's 23 years ago.
Yeah.
23 years ago. Some of you guys weren't even alive yet.
Don't remind me.
Yeah. Nuts. Anyway.
Yeah. Woo! Toad's Harbor. Here on the part of Kugi and Cafe Cold Brew, who was waiting to join that lobby, and Melpool, who is still in it, so it's already looking like a pretty stacked one, to say the least, as Kugi takes advantage of the shortcut but bumps into a few walls. Meanwhile, at the top right, not sure who's in here with Cuneo besides Luke Skywalker. Mr. M a little further up front, looking like we got a Waluigi at the front. That could be HSB, that could be Fate, that could be Glentendo, or it could be any combination of 3. Yeah. Could be all 3 of them at once. They just fuse together, like DBZ or some shit. Like the Waluigi just come together like wow, Jin,
the thing
like that.
The one thing I will say,
have the power to do that.
The higher rank Mario Kart play that you get, the more Waluigis you see.
He deserves to be top tier. He does.
I've seen a few races. I've popped in on some of the competitive Japanese, basically some of those streams I've seen pop up, and literally, 12 out of 12 racers or Waluigi with any assortment of karts and bikes, but a lot of wigglers in there, of course. But the old Waluigi on a wiggler.
I order that, dude. I order that shit every time from Jersey Mike.
It's a good regular. Good
Call
regular.
him in like, yo, let me get the Waluigi on a wiggler.
Sounds like
and a little extra coleslaw on the side. And a 2-liter of Coke. Anyway, cheap beach. Looking like, ooh, he's got 2 very good items here. Doesn't have to worry about getting hit by this blue shell if it passes him by. He's gonna be able to place, in between 2 placings. He's got to be careful with this gold mushroom though, because that piranha plant was still in play. Oh my god, he uses the golden mushroom in the worst way, in the worst spot he can, directly into a corner, which launches his momentum and carries it from the momentum of the wall into the other corner of the wall, so he actually couldn't control himself. He was just going too fast and into a wall, which is a spot where he just couldn't go too fast, and because of that, he wound up wasting the golden mushroom because of that piranha, unfortunately. Meanwhile, Toad's Harbor, Cafe Cold Brew is ahead of Kugi here, but all the while looking like we got Melpool instead, who's actually at the top of this. Who's actually looking like his stream is actually a little behind now. It's looking like the one that's further is Kugi's.
Yeah, he's a little bit ahead, but it does look like Black Mamba, I think, got 2nd or 3rd. Trying to see, Melpool got that clean first. I wasn't sure what happened there because he's a little behind, but Cold Brew also coming in 2nd, so that's another good win to have, and Kugi slipping down into, I think that was 4th or 5th or whatever that was. So that's going to be a little bit of a blow to him, and keep in mind, Kugi who was in the lead a little while ago with Cold Brew sitting in 2nd and stuff, so that'll definitely have impacts on the end scores. And speaking of which, might as well get the update because I think everybody's waiting to play at the moment. Indeed they are. Yeah, there they are. So,
and I see Black Mamba in the chat. Black Mamba, don't be sad. I mean, can I offer you a smoke and a pancake?
He's like, a what?
A cigar and a waffle. Pipe and a crepe. Bong and a blitz.
Alright, so yeah, here we go. Kugi.
Oh, stupid. No one even got that reference, man. You bunch of little children.
Well, that's
Here's the
thing.
freaking results or whatever.
They're little kids. So anyways, well, a lot of them are. That movie's old.
Yeah.
So I know it's old because I'm old. So anyways, yeah, there's Kugi sitting in 1st, despite dropping that one race, and Cold Brew's still very much in contention. That's not a huge deficit between 2nd, 3rd, and 4th, so good to see him competitive, along with Cuneo also hanging in there, tied with Ursa Major. EO also in the top 8, and Ave, who we've seen take a couple races with the Golden Man himself, very much in the conversation. So with that, yeah, let's get back to more races.
Alright, looking like we got Mario Circuit from the Game Boy Advance version of the game, Mario Kart Super Circuit. Little underrated by some, little overrated by others, but it's still got some bops as well. Definitely take a listen to Sky Garden if you get the chance. That's another video I have to send you. It's the soundtrack. It's the one video soundtrack for Mario Kart Super Circuit. It's pretty much what we have in the background of these. We got those Mario Kart mixes for you guys, Mario Kart mixes from one game. I believe today Chris is playing the Mario Kart 7 one.
Yes, sir. That was a good one. Yeah, I was listening to this last week too. Sometimes I go on the kicks where I just like I'll take a couple circuits in a row. Because I've really been rediscovering Mario Kart 7 music today, and like I remember this theme, the main menu theme, and it would just loop constantly as I just have like my DS to run on my bed or whatever.
It's so beautiful and peaceful, man. It's actually a remix of the menu theme from Mario Kart Wii. Actually, it's the same song, actually, but they did update it for the 3DS version. And yeah, it's still a beautiful track. It's really great menu music. I always appreciate really good menu music, man. And that's not even just because I play Smash, man. I remember the menu music from the Game Boy Advance Kirby games. I love that track. I love it so much that when people were doing modifications of Smash 4, I modded my menu music to actually play that track. And I loved it. It made me so happy. Shoutouts to the old Platinum Star Smash 4 days, man, with the mod packs. Whew.
Yeah, those are good. Those are good times. Those are very good times. I do miss the mod pack.
Kids
music.
Don't even know.
Oh
you don't even know the constant Sonic music we had playing on stream.
Ah, no. That was a disaster right up the finish line.
Hey, if there's any place to get hit by a green shell.
Yeah, with EO coming out on top, Kugi 2nd, Melpool 3rd. That's a shame because it almost looked like Cold Brew was a shoo-in for that, but didn't end up panning. It's okay, maybe next time. Yeah, that one hurts. But we do have, yeah, we do still have Cuneo, who's been kind of separated from the other guys streaming today.
Yeah, he's a little bit. Yeah, he's been on his own for quite some. Been on his own for quite some time at this point. Looking like he. I don't know who this is, but he does have another Link in front of him. Actually,
that's
meanwhile,
probably
we got
Ursa
Mr. M,
Major.
Run 5K. Find out momentarily.
Probably Ursa Major. He's usually the other Link that we see. There he is. First
All right,
place.
good call.
Run 5K, Mr. M. And then you see Panda Paws and Mario Freak also in there.
In the mix, in the melting pot that is Glentendo Circuit Mario Kart 8 Deluxe.
Yeah, that's true.
What is the vote going to be, my friend? Royal Raceway, Wario's Gold Mine, Sunshine Airport, all very good tracks. Royal Raceway, damn it, with the double R's. Royal Raceway, I can English. It's definitely a very good track. We'll see if that one winds up being the one that they go to. Meanwhile, Kugi and Melpool still in the same lobby, spectating this other one out here, in which Fate is looking like he's in a clean first place. Meanwhile, yeah, this is the same race. I just forget Melpool's stream is or one of their streams is a little delayed from each other. I don't know which. I think Kugi's is a little further ahead though. Meanwhile, looking like Fate is looking pretty clean, but the blue shell not actually going to take too much height damage from that. Meanwhile, here we go back on Piranha Plant Slide. Another stage hailing from Mario Kart 7, the 3DS version of Mario Kart, which Nintendo sold for a super long time. They were still promoting this game even when Mario Kart 8 Deluxe was around, before they started selling that game even more, because I guess they knew some people still only had 3DSs or only wanted 3DSs, or at the very least they advertised it, you know, the more and more during when the original Mario Kart 8 game was on the Wii U, and that's because, you know, the 3DS was a huge success and the Wii U was not. But that was then, this is now. Mario Kart 8 Deluxe is the name of the game, and Cold Brew, ugh, in 6th place and still getting hit by that blue shell, man. You don't want to get yourself too tripped up by it, but right now you can see him actually utilizing the slide a little bit, taking advantage of the fact that the water makes you go a little faster, combined with the mushroom, which I believe will make you go even faster.
Yeah.
And King Boo just getting a good taste of that air, licking everything.
That's what he does, man. I don't know what kind of sensation of taste ghosts have, but I don't know. He must get something out of it.
Maybe when you die, like, just as a reward for, like, living or dying or whatever, you don't go to an afterlife, but you're a ghost and you can just taste the air and just everything tastes amazing constantly, and the feeling is so good that you're okay with, you know, being stuck on Earth as a ghost.
Yeah, I mean, you can only wonder, right?
Yeah, I suppose you can only wonder. I don't know how King Boo died, or if he's just like a primitive form of a ghost that just, you know, is a ghost in himself, because you look at King Boo and it's like, was that thing ever human?
Yeah, like, what is that?
He's just like a little ball.
Yeah, it's true. It doesn't have any kind of qualities of like what the former life was. Never really thought about that.
Yeah, it bothers me in Luigi's Mansion too, because like you play the original Luigi's Mansion and the whole theme is that it's supposed to be like a whole giant extended family of ghosts, and like you could tell like they were all just human at one point. But then you look at certain ghosts in that game as, oh my god, Cold Brew!
Cut him off at the finish! Yo, that was hype! It almost looked like he didn't even use the mushroom. Yeah, he saved that cliff. Way to go. Right past Black Mamba, thought he had it in the bag. Meanwhile, MKO and EO also in that race, coming in like 4th, 5th, something like that. But yeah, that was...
He deserves to lick all the air.
Yeah, big moves on that one.
Whew. Let's make big schmoves, my friend. Good stuff to Cold Brew, making me stop with my Luigi's Mansion lore to talk about that beautiful W. Meanwhile, it's looking like we're over on Sunshine Airport for Cuneo, and up ahead of him, it's looking like there are, even more links, actually. We got Run 5K running this one right here, and what I can only assume is Ursa Major in front as well. We'll find out momentarily. It's looking like that's Ursa Major and Run 5K going to take 1st and 2nd, respectively. Cuneo falling to 3rd there. Takamarv Shannon 5th and 4th. Heart and Soul 3rd. And Mr. M down there in 8th place. And we got some frowny faces in the chat for that last race a few minutes ago. I'm sorry if you guys were in that race, or one of you wanted that as MHG. I actually couldn't tell.
Yeah, it was me. I was frowny at Melpool's internet connection. Sounds like he's having a little bit of a difficult time with the stream.
Unfortunate.
But he's still racing pretty well, so regardless of how the stream's going, I think he's doing pretty well in the results, and we'll get another update on that soon, because we are getting towards the end here. It is 8:30, and I think this might be Kugi's 2nd to last race, potentially. I actually did not pay attention to the label on this one, so...
I think it's only his 21st.
Okay, so he's still got a little bit of time.
Yeah, he might actually break 300 today, only if he continues to not race like that, falling off that corner of Neo Bowser City right there. I told y'all, my friends, but it's not going to matter. He's going to get a star in 4th place because he's Koogie, and he's having fun with that. But, yeah, he actually had a red shell that got stolen by some booze, and he was visibly displeased. You can see his face. Meanwhile, the primitive ghost himself over at the left, and here we are talking about the changing seasons of Animal Crossing stage. Here we are in the autumn version of the stage, it looks like. Well, I mean, Cold Brew's got Waluigi and a Wario in front of him. I don't know who exactly these players are. It's probably Liam as the Wario. I think he pretty much even normally plays Wario, as well as it's looking like Sir 9 JP. Nice. Or just Sir 9, did I pronounce that right?
Yeah, I think so. I'm pretty sure that's all it is.
Alright, sick. Yeah, it's like you play Luigi's Mansion, and like it's supposed to be like this extended family of ghosts, but then you have other ghosts like Bogmire. You remember like the second boss fight of that game where it's just that boss that looks like an inverted, you know? And it's like you look at that thing and you're like, that thing was never human. Like it's just a weird looking thing that's like its whole body is a mouth. Like I don't know. I just don't believe that. Oh, and the green shell snipe. Cold Brew, my goodness, eating a green shell in this last lap from all the way up front. Yeah, hate to see it, but will he be able to increase his placement right here? No, he will not. Looks like Liam already finished, and he will have to settle for 3rd place in that race, which is still very good. He'll still be getting a lot of points for that one, but Sir 9, Liam Lynx are going to take 1st and 2nd, respectively, over him.
Yeah, there we go, man. Still pretty competitive in the race overall. And if you look over to your right, that's going to be Ursa Major crashing and burning into whatever body of water that is, and Kunio capitalizing on it because he's just ripping on ahead there.
Yeah, he is, my friend. That he is. Maximum coinage on the part of Kunio, too, is going to make his bike go just that much faster, my friends, and he knows that. Not even grabbing those coins to make sure his opponents can't get him, and this is pretty much the strategy here. You see what Kunio does right there. He actually, when you have coins, if there's a blue shell coming and you have no other protection for it, it ain't always the absolute worst thing. Because, like, yes, you'll lose the coins immediately, but say you get hit by some other, if you get hit by the blue shell by some other coins, you can actually put yourself back up to max coins immediately by grabbing that coin and then using the coin item you have. Because once you get hit by a blue shell and you have a coin on you, you don't actually lose it, is the thing. You hold the item in your hand still, is the thing. So you can actually still make pretty good usage of that. Meanwhile, Run 5K over here at front. How's this bomb going to do any work? Yes, he does.
Looked like just the Koopa Troopa, but either way, got someone. And this is crunch time. Yeah, that looks like a really crowded finish line. I don't know who came out and pet there. It may have been Fate, maybe it's Sir 9. Oh, it was running 5K. There we go. Right in front of Heart and Soul, Mr. M and Takamura.
Yeah, and Melpool is going to have to settle for about 10th place here on this near last race of his as well. Only settling for about 179 points so far. Still pretty good. Run 5K above him at the top, of course, as we saw beforehand, towards the right. And we're just moseying on forward with this here Glentendo circuit, friends. Meanwhile, over here, one of Koogie's final races, we got Twisted Mansion. All right, so we were talking about Luigi's Mansion before. Now we're out here and just a random green shell from the front. Not sure who threw that. Might have been Ave, might have been Aiko. Probably somebody a little bit farther ahead, but we'll cross that bridge a little bit further when we come to it. Koogie racing solidly in 5th place right here. Only on the 2nd lap. He's got one more to make up this deficit right now with the Waluigi and Metal Mario in front of him. And what I can only assume is HSB and LHV. Specifically, I'm like getting my
yeah,
freaking like abbreviations mixed up.
Yeah, it's no problem. And we did lose Cold Brew. I think we lost it to DBFZ, so rip. I'm not sure what happened, but he will be missed. Unless he finished. He may have finished.
He might have.
Yeah, I don't know. I'll have to check in
looking
with
like
the
he's going to go
results
sauce some noobs.
Yeah,
instead.
That's all right. I respect it.
Yeah, same. Ooh,
Someone's got to do it.
Speaking of respect, this is a good array of items right here to get for the final stretch. This blue shell, hoping to do a little bit of work for Koogie. Not much, actually. Well, even with all those items, he was only able to maintain 4th at the end of that race. Meanwhile, Fate, Pirate Hackers, LVZ, and Skinarsic in front of him are going to take that top 3 for that final race. And here we go. It wouldn't be a grand finale, my friends, without Mount Wario, where Melpool is at right now.
Yeah, that's true, man. Mount Wario makes for a great finale. And actually, he might have one more race after this, but he is very much towards the end here. Or did it say final race? Did I miss that?
I actually didn't even see it. I don't think it was on screen, actually.
Yeah,
when they
maybe
switched
not.
to it.
I may have been looking at it off to the side. I'm pretty sure it's not the final race. I think he has one more. But either way, going to want to make it count because I do think that things got a little tight today in terms of rankings. Because a lot of good racers today, and it does look like there's been a few people kind of dominant towards the top. So your LVZs and a few other names up there. HSB, Kugi, of course. So that top end of things is going to be pretty competitive and going to make like that mid-range extra messy because people kind of come in, they'll win a big race and then they'll get 5th, and then they'll win a race and they'll get like 4th. So a lot of inconsistencies in the placings, but that's exactly how these circuits are supposed to go when you have all the good players. But I do know, yeah, that Fate, HSB, Kugi, all those guys definitely in contention for like your top 3 or 4.
Yeah, man, you got your basic LVZs, your basic AVs, your HUDs, all sorts of Ds. It's out here, man. But oh my goodness, we're getting a lot of switches right now. What's going on?
Sorry. I didn't realize that was the live one.
Oh, I was about to say, like, no, it was cool. It was like rapid ESPN.
Oh no,
just like everything switching at once. It's like, hey, we'll bring you every sport at once.
Wait, I did it again. I'm sorry, but it's okay. It works out.
No, I can't even. It's not happening for me.
There we go. No, I did it once. I was just trying to do this before. I was trying to see who was.
It was cool though. It was like a rapid roulette.
Good game, Scott. Thanks for coming out, man. I see you in the chat. Appreciate you guys. Definitely keep entering these if you're trying to grind out Mario Kart, get a little better. Races are definitely competitive, and even if you're not, it's just fun to race against people. Oh wow! Oh, waiting out that blue shell. Wow, dude, did you see that?
Yes, I did.
That was nutty.
Yes, I did. That was pretty sick. What were you trying to see when you were flickering through
I was literally just seeing who was still up because I know Cold Brew's done, Cunio's done, and so's Dilly. So I think, yeah, we're down to Kugi, and I do think he might have one more race after this. So everyone's pretty much at the end of their run. So with that in mind, I am going to get a reset on the scores because assuming Kugi has one more race, we're going to need to kind of... I like to sort of take a look before we go not live. Obviously, anyone who watches these knows you just got to check the Twitter after, get the Discord, you'll find the results there. But, while we're up now, we kind of just take a look at the rankings as they stand before we and oh, there's Abe in the chat. Cool. Right on. Or right on, rather.
Right on, brothers.
Abe had a good day today, too. So, yeah, it does look like Kugi has at least one more race, and this definitely has to be the last one. And this one actually might matter.
Baby Park for the culture.
Oh, God. Dude.
For your last race.
Now I'm really curious where he's at.
All right, well, it's looking like he's going to hit random there, as well as the player next to him. It's looking like that is not going to be the case this time around, unless one of these randoms happens to be Baby Park, which would be wild.
That would be hilarious.
If that was the case. Let's find out. No, even worse.
Wait, what was?
Even worse. They got Toad's Turnpike.
That is bad. All right, so here's what the scores look like so far. It doesn't really look like Kugi's in any real danger. I'm not sure any races Fate has left. But what I can tell you is Cold Brew is done, EO's done, Ave is done, LVZ. So these are all big, heavy-hitting names that we've been watching pretty much all night. All towards that middle range. But again, there's still 20 more minutes left of the circuit, so I'm not sure who still has races and stuff. But yeah, Abe, dude, start grinding out the races. These will definitely challenge you for the most part. We have so many good basically so many good players that have been coming in, week out consistently. So it'll definitely push you. At the very least, you'll get some good fun games in. Glad to hear you had fun though. That's awesome.
That's what it's all about, my friends. That's what it's all about. We're very happy you guys are having fun. At the end of the day, that is really what the Glentendo circuit is all about, so I'm very happy you're getting a wonderful enjoyment out of it. That makes me personally very, very happy. And speaking of happiness, Kugi, who's probably pretty happy to be front-running this far ahead in first place. I believe he only has got this Link player, which is probably... Is that Cunio?
Nah, Cunio's done. Cunio's done. I'm not sure who this is. Might be Ursa. Although Ursa might be done too. I'm not entirely sure. We'll have to see. I wasn't paying attention. But in either case, part of the reason I'm not paying attention is because Kugi mostly has this on lock. He's currently at, I believe I said 276. So if he secures a first place here, that's going to put him in the 290s. So I think that's probably going to buy him a win for the circuit, seemingly. There's still some time left, and the immediate threats that I could really think of being like Fate and HSB are still another like 20 points behind him. So could be sitting pretty. Definitely don't want to sleep on this last race, though. Getting those last few coins are very important, as we've seen, because Kugi has lost the past couple circuits, Glentendo circuits, by basically a point or two. So getting them now, very critical for his condition, despite having a lead.
For sure, man. He's just got to keep front running, which he's looking very, very poised to do. Not gonna lie, though, now we got the ink on the screen, which Knight called a useless item the other week, which I am not surprised he did. I mean, it's definitely one that doesn't serve too much of a purpose. But the funny thing is that on Super Bell Subway, what with the cars and the trains that come at you, I feel like actually having your vision a little impaired is actually pretty bad on a level like this.
Oh yeah,
specifically.
it totally is.
But whatever, it's looking like Kugi's gonna take it over Snywalker in the 1v1.
Yeah, not sure what happened to Unimunchi, but rip, I'm sorry. Sometimes races just go badly. Sitting on the bottom there, that definitely hurts sometimes. And I think, is that it? Was that the last race? That was it. So we'll get one more refresh, and then that's it. Out of content for the night, and then we'll be back, obviously, on Tuesday for the Team Dose circuits. You guys, if you don't know, I will show you. So obviously, here we are, Glentendo circuit. Hype time, good time, free-for-alls. But if you didn't know, Tuesday, every single Tuesday, changes coming soon. But in the meanwhile, very much this format that we did today for Glentendo circuit, except it's red versus blue and has some team stuff. And you know, if you join us on Tuesdays, we will definitely talk you through all the glaring things that are wrong or that are a little different about Team Dose circuit versus free-for-alls. So we'll wait until then. But okay, it does look like I didn't realize Melpool's still going, but I'll get back to that in a second. So yeah, in the meanwhile, you have these, and then of course there's these that we're at right now, and then if you're looking for something completely different, you want to play some Smash, good news for you. That's where this channel comes from. So you'll want to check out this weekly every single Thursday, 7:30 p.m. That's Eastern time for anyone interested. Currently not region locked. That might be changing in the future. So keep your eyes open for that as things kind of progress. And I'm going to see if I can find Melpool here. And I found him, no problem. Cool. All right, so Melpool does have one more race. We'll see where he ends up in the placings. And while he's doing that, I am going to check what the current rankings are to see how much impact this last race has for him or for anyone else near him. Because it's possible he sneaks up on people. He's had a not so bad day today.
No, he has not, my friend. No, he has not. Let's see if he'll be able to continue this. Let's see if he'll be able to continue this little onslaught here. It's looking like he's going to have a bit of a challenge doing that, though, because he has got Geronimo from Pirate Hackers in front of him in this here specific race. I don't know how many more humans he has in this race, but if it's a 1v1, gonna be a pretty difficult one, to say the least, to be going against an actual player representing Pirate Hackers like this, especially if he's getting slowed down by these fireballs behind him, which I believe came from Sweet Lou. And look at them actually making wonders for Geronimo to advance even further, because they actually, to bring up, a Smash term here, they actually just traded. They bumped into each other while while Melpool actually threw a boomerang at Sweet Lou, while he actually got hit by his banana from behind when he was holding it out for protection, and therefore they both just put each other into lag, which just made smooth sailing for Geronimo, who just got hit by a blue shell all the way up at the front.
Yeah, well, still got a whole other lap to go, and you and I both know how many things happen. Not only in that last lap, but this half a lap. So there's still a little bit room to go here, and this game doesn't really have any top implications for Melpool at the moment. But I'm not sure who else do we have in this race currently, because there still are possibly a few people live that could make a little bit of an impact. Have to wait and see.
I'm not sure.
Yeah, I missed it at the start,
two,
so yeah.
To say the least.
We'll piece it together as we see names pop up. Oh, almost a really good toss on the banana.
Alright, still all the way back in fifth here, though, and it's a pretty big gap from Geronimo compared to the other players here on this last lap, but it's looking like he actually got hit by something, and he's slowing down a bit. Oh, no, that was actually just lag.
Yeah,
on
Geronimo
on the little mini-map. Never mind, he's actually, he already won.
Okay, yeah, because Geronimo could place in the top 8 with this effort here if he did win. It's going to be a 4th place for Melpool. Not what he wanted. Kind of saw him a little disappointed at the end there. Still not having a bad day. Meanwhile, Geronimo is going to win that, which will probably put him in top 8 currently. Before that race, this is what we were looking at. He was up at that 220 mark. So that's going to, you know, I don't know which of those guys are done with their races, but it puts him ahead of Cold Brew, who is at 6th, and ahead of LVZ. So you know, Cold Brew's done, so it definitely does guarantee him at least 6th. I don't know about LVZ. He might still have some races, may have just been racing there. But again, if you're interested in all that, go ahead and keep it to the Master Hand Gaming Discord, the Glentendo Discord. You can find all those links on the bottom of the stream. Pretty easy to find, accessible if you're watching this on YouTube. Same deal, everything's connected to the channel. Check out the descriptions. It'll all lead you there. You'll find out basically how all the top 8s play out, because as you know, there's still another 15 minutes, but still a few people finishing, but we can't see them because no spectator mode, yada yada yada. You guys have all heard this before. So with that, Nintunis, I do want to thank you once again for holding it down for me for another Glentendo circuit, number 15 this time around. It's crazy.
I bow to you, my friend.
Yeah, man. So appreciate you. Appreciate everybody watching. Be sure to keep it here for every single Tuesday and more Mario Kart. So if you missed out on this one, jump in on that one. And if you caught this one and you want to catch that one, do that too. We'll be happy to see you. But until then, I'm Chris Salodian, Nintunist, and we will see you guys on another time.
Bye-bye.